Okay, so I'm making this on my phone, so I don't exactly know how it'll be, but I just wanted to make a video about not really my experience with coronavirus, but one thing in particular that has kind of had a lasting effect on me since I've had the coronavirus. So today is April, today's August 27th, I think, or in the late August. And I believe that I got coronavirus on March 13th. This is when people were like, it wasn't easy to get tested. I ended up getting tested really kind of by random, not by random, but just by luck that I had known someone that worked at a doctor's office that knew I had been sick and was able to get me tested. So I got tested on March 31st and found out on April 1st that I did indeed have the coronavirus. So just like really quickly, my symptoms started out with a really, really bad headache. That was like my first and most prevalent in the beginning. And that went on for I had like the worst headache of my life for probably like 3 or 4 days before it started to subside. And then I do have asthma, and I did get a cough, and I had a really bad cough for a good amount of time, and I had a fever on and off for about 50 days, between 40 and 50 days, where I was self-isolated to my bedroom for about 50 days. I do live with both my parents, and neither of them that we know of contracted the coronavirus. So cough, headache, some like stomach issues. But the most prevalent thing was actually, it kind of came after. So, was my loss of taste and smell. So that started happening around like the 20th of March. I was actually eating pasta, and I asked my mom, because I was upstairs so I didn't see anything being made. I was like, did you change sauce? And she was like, no, why? It wasn't good. I was like, no, something just tasted off, like no big deal, whatever. So then I was eating something else, like chips or something, and I was like, oh, I think these went stale, like I'm gonna get rid of them. Still not really thinking much of it. And this is when, again, I had it early, so we didn't know as much that like loss of taste and smell was really a thing. So I had made a little list of things. My dad was going to get, I don't know if it was his physical or something at the doctor's office, because they were still seeing well patients. And he went, and I had made a list for my doctor of different symptoms that I was experiencing and stuff, just because. And on that list, I remember telling my mom, like, please add that I can't taste anything. Like, I don't know why I can't taste anything. And at the time, they were like, you're nuts, whatever. I actually have texts, like, to my mom that says, like, I can't taste anything, like, nothing tastes good. So then that, like, went on for a while where I couldn't taste anything, basically. Then it started to get into, and this is really why I wanted to kind of make this, because I haven't really heard many people say this. I've read a couple of articles, but not many, where everything that I do taste pretty much tastes bad to me. And in the beginning, I lost 10 pounds easy in like the first 2 or 3 weeks, because I just couldn't get myself to eat anything, because it all just either tasted bad or tasted like nothing. There were very few things that like tasted okay. So one thing that like has pretty much been okay for me is macaroni and cheese, and this one pizza that we get that we make ourselves. Everything else, cereal, bad. Chicken, any type of chicken, any type of meat, really. and I have a very limited appetite as it is. I am not a good eater. I'm a very picky eater. So then the few things that I do eat I can't eat them really. Um, so I basically live off macaroni and cheese because this is still, for about 24 weeks, I think we're at, I still don't have my smell and taste back. So that too is why I wanted to just see if anyone else has lost it for as long as I have. I've heard people 12 weeks and 15 weeks, and I also like people who did get it back. I'm curious to know how it came back. Did it come back in spurts? Because then some days I feel that I have like a really good day um, with my smell or like with my taste, and like things seem like they're okay, and then the next day it's like not anymore. I don't really know if this is making sense, but it's like one step forward, two steps back. Then about 4 weeks ago, I had knee surgery and I had to be under general anesthesia. And after that, I felt that my taste was kind of getting a little bit better, and then it did regress again. So I was like, maybe the anesthesia did something. I don't know. But I do, as far as as far as I know, I have had negative COVID tests. So I still have that symptom, but I am testing negative now. So it's just very confusing, and it's extremely frustrating that I can't taste anything. And what I do taste tastes very bad. And it's all the same bad taste. Like it's a bitter taste. Things that stayed okay were sweet. So like I would eat Starburst a lot. Fruit snacks. I can't any like chip or any chocolate, any thing like that tastes really bad, but they all taste the same. Like it's the same bad taste over and over again. So yeah, I'm at about 24 weeks. I've done about 18 of those. I have done olfactory training, which is like what's supposed to help bring back your smell, and like your smell is linked to your taste. And I have done it with the 4 oils that they said for so long, and I haven't really seen much of a result from it. I've also done something called a Navage, which is kind of similar to a neti pot but a little bit more aggressive. I've been to an ENT. I have a neurologist appointment to see if anything is going on there. I've tried different like nasal decongestants, Benadryl, Claritin, all different stuff, and no one really has an answer. I had a CAT scan of my sinuses, and the only thing it showed was a deviated septum that I've probably had my whole life. That probably doesn't contribute to this. So I just like, I'm going a little nuts without it, because it just takes away a lot of enjoyment from your day. I'm constantly thinking like all day, like, what's something that I can eat that's not gonna taste so bad? And like, I miss foods. Like, I am a big pasta eater. I'm a big like chicken parm eater, and like all that tastes bad to me. I seriously eat macaroni and cheese almost every single day. Different varieties. I've tried like different varieties of macaroni and cheese because that's really the only thing that tastes normal to me. There are a few foods that like I can kind of eat, but like they're not normal. And I haven't really heard that many people have who I actually haven't heard anyone that I know or that I've read about that's been at this long, like the 24-week period, because it makes me wonder if this is a permanent situation, which would be extremely unfortunate because it is a very hard situation. It's just not easy. It's not easy to have like food taken away from you, basically. I don't know. It sounds kind of silly that like you could be this upset about food, but it's extremely sad. Like I find myself very sad. It's something that I think about a lot. It's something that I've cried about. It's something that I have had countless conversations with like my parents and doctors and higher spirits about, because I am at my wit's end kind of on what to do. I feel that I've kind of tried everything, and I'm at almost 6 months without my smell and taste. And it's just crazy to think, like, there are some foods, like, I had Cheerios seriously almost every day. I took a bag of dry Cheerios. Like I said, I'm a picky eater. I don't eat sandwiches. I don't eat cold cuts. So I would take a bag of dry Cheerios to school every single day from kindergarten to 12th grade to even in college. And I have not had Cheerios in 6 months because they taste very, very bad to me. Um, Pretzels too are something that I eat a lot and they don't taste good to me. Drinks are okay, I guess, because they don't really have a smell. There are some things that are like kind of funny, like we have two different Gatorade variations in my house, I guess. Variations. One is like fruit punch and one is like fruit punch and berry, and I couldn't tell the difference between them. Stuff like that. Like, even though it doesn't really taste bad, I can't really tell the difference. Um, there's a lot of things like that, but it's just very frustrating, and I'm just curious to know if anyone sees this, if they know anyone who it's lasted that long, if you did get your taste back. Was it gradual? Was it all at once? Did you have like an aha moment? Because I'm still waiting for that aha moment that's like, here it is, like, it's back. I've heard of people losing it 10 weeks, 12 weeks, but not really this long. I thought 3 months. Like, when I was at 3 months, I was like, oh my God, it's got to be coming back soon. It just has to be coming back soon. And now we're at 6 months, and I'm like, it has to be coming back soon. But, or was there anything that worked for you that helped? I'm also curious to know if other people had bad tasting, because I hear a lot of people just had no taste. But this bad taste is what's really weird. Like, everything kind of just has like a sourness to it, and it's the same thing for everything. Like, Cheerios taste the same as chicken. Like, it's weird. But that's the best way that I could describe it, is like a sour, bitter taste, and it's extremely unpleasant. But if anyone has any ideas, if anyone knows anything that could help, like I said, I do olfactory training and smelling twice a day. I've been to an ENT. I am going to a neurologist. I've had a CAT scan. I've taken antihistamines. I've taken anti-inflammatory nasal decongestants. I've tried steroid nose sprays and irrigating my nasal passages, and I feel like I've tried it all. But if someone has something, I've tried really strong smells, like smelling horseradish and smelling apple cider vinegar. I bit into a lemon one time, nothing. So yeah, that's basically it. And yeah, so if anyone has any suggestions or knows anyone that has lost their smell and taste this long and either regained it or still struggling with it, because I know that I am definitely struggling. Like, this is a struggle. So I'm gonna continue to do the olfactory training because it can't hurt. I didn't mention what that is. What it is smelling 4 different essential oils twice a day. So it's clove, lemon, rose, and eucalyptus. I do have some other ones that I will try like throughout the day. Also, like, I have a sweet one, like a sweet orange, lavender, a few different things that I try to mix in there during the day sometimes. So that, like, I don't know, maybe one of those things will, because lavender, I did read, could help. I tried, smelling really strong smells. I've tried biting into a lemon. I've tried spicy stuff. I have tried a lot of things. But if anyone knows anything else that would help, I would really appreciate it. And if anyone else is struggling, I am so sorry for you, because I feel your pain. And, obviously the coronavirus is terrible, and I know it could be so much worse, but I just thought that I would ask if anyone could help with my struggle, like what I'm struggling with from it. Um, you know, like I said, I know it could be so much worse. Like, you know, I was very lucky I never had to be hospitalized or put on a ventilator, and I know that that's the reality for so many people, but I am just at my wit's end with my smell and taste. Um, so yeah, if anyone knows anything that would help, or if anyone else is struggling, let me know, and I would love to hear from anyone that has any suggestions or comments about it.